And who's the other one?
Nige is out.
Nige.
She's out for the year.
Out for the year?
Yeah, she had surgery yesterday.
Wow. And how did she get hurt?
In practice, too. Like, there was nothing. I mean, she's, poor girl, and she was, well, she is one of the best players in the country, and she tore her ACL her senior year and missed her entire senior year in high school except for the last 6 games. She came back, she fought back, and then she won the state championship. And so she comes here, and she's fully healed and looking great. Really was a huge impact player for us. And then she went down last Saturday in practice and had a surgery yesterday. So it's a big loss for us. It really is.
Same ACL? Or
No, other leg.
The other way.
totally unrelated.
And how did it happen with this?
Just a layup.
Just
I mean,
regular,
it was
no contact?
No. It was, and when she went down, no one was even scared. She didn't holler. She didn't. But I heard her say, "I felt the pop," and I went, "Oh God," because it was weird that she even fell, and that's why I knew it was probably an ACL because there was no hit. There was, she just going. The guy was practice guy was inside it, but that's a tough loss, a big loss. But I'm more concerned about the poor child. Like she came back from a huge surgery and then has the next one. But happened early in her career. She's going to be great one for us, and surgery went really well. So I went and saw her yesterday, but she doesn't remember me being there. She was pretty out of it, so I'll go see her tonight. Did
you and Jim commiserate? Because he was just telling us about DeAndre Burnett.
Yeah, and then we just said I didn't know about D. I knew he'd been hurt. I didn't know what the prognosis was, and they're both very similar kids. They're the high energy kids. It's rare that a freshman comes in and plays great defense. Like when you're a coach and one of your friends is like the best friend. DeAndre's the same way, always in the gym. Like those two, they're going to be really, really good players for Miami. I know DeAndre more than anyone because every time I'm in the gym, he's in the gym. Every single time I was in the gym, he watches every one of our practices. And so just two of the hardest workers that we have at Miami, both out for the year still.
What was her role going to be on the team this year? You said defense? Defensive
stopper, but a scorer. I mean, she's a top 20, like not 20 in her position, 20 of all the players in the country. She's that good. Wow. And so that's a tough one for us. But, we're going to have a couple freshmen that are going to really play a ton of minutes, and Jessica Thomas and Adrian Motley, and they're doing great. So luckily she came in with 2 other ones that are really good too. So we're gonna go with them. I mean, we have to. So
you don't expect Michelle to be there on Friday, do you? Or
I do not have. She just had a follow up, and I came in here. So I don't know. Michelle's not available yet. I don't know what the doctor just thought of in terms of her year when she's doing some activity right now, but I literally can't wait to.
And what's the body part? What's the injury with her?
She's the one who fractured her sternum in a car accident. So she's got a titanium U in her chest.
Wow.
So I would feel pretty confident. 4 screws and U, and it shows up on an X-ray. It's awesome.
So, who do you plan to start Friday, if you can tell us?
Yeah, Crystal Saunders, Adrian Motley, Soraya McGuire, Kiana Hayes, and Mariah Brown.
I know when we saw you a couple weeks ago, Jazz was working back from a concussion.
Yeah, she's back. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and she's gonna do well. She's still a little rusty, but she's ready to go. She's ready to go. She had a good scrimmage. We scrimmaged on Saturday or Sunday, and she did really well.
It's the first time in a while for you, I think, where you haven't had that kind of dynamic person where you can look to. Like last year was, whether it was Steph or Morgan or Pepper, before it was Shanice and Raquana. What's that like for you, maybe not to have that dynamic go-to playmaker, and who, I guess, has maybe emerged into that role here?
I'm honestly waiting for myself to wake up at 3 in the morning and be like, oh my God, and have a panic attack. But for some reason, I just feel I really like the young kids. I really do. Caprice Dennis is going to have a really nice season for us. That's somebody who's a natural scorer, and she does a great job of answering the bell. Like if we're on what we call empties, so we have a couple rules of 3 empties, 6 empties, like piece of the paint, blah, blah, blah. Caprice usually rises up in those moments, so I like her. I like her game. I think she's going to do well for us. And Crystal is going to hit big shots. She might not have 20 every night, but Crystal also can get us off the mat. And then Kiana Hayes is good. The kid's a big-time player, and she had a little bit of room last year. She's got a lot of room this year, so how good she is. And a lot of times Soraya McGuire will get something in her defensive end and turn that into points for us like that. So I've seen it in a lot of different people. I haven't anointed anyone yet, but I've seen it in a lot of them.
Motley starting as a freshman. Can you talk about why? And also, have you had a freshman start for you here? right from the get-go?
Since Shanice Johnson, I think, started every game in her career. Morgan Stroman started a lot as a freshman too. Motley is just, I told her today, and it was in the speech to the team, but I've never seen anyone get better so quickly. That when she arrived here, we were going, hey, I mean, Motley's a top 40 kid. I mean, this is another big-time recruit, and we're going, come on, Mott, like, where's your swag, where's your game? And she has just turned the corner in the last 2 weeks and just been phenomenal. She can score the ball, she gets the system, she's a real good distributor, so we're really excited about her. And she's probably playing the best of anyone right now, is Motley, of our whole entire team.
Probably one of the smaller teams you've had in a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously Stroman played so much bigger, and to lose her and Shawnee's, how do you have the confidence, Kiana, Jazzy, Mariah, whoever, to kind of play big down low where you need it, or do you really see yourself going small? For
we
most
don't
of the
have
season?
this size. I feel like we have people who go get a ball very well, like what I call a rebound radius. So Pepper was huge, but honestly, Soraya McGuire has a bigger rebound radius than Pepper had, Pepper being 6'6".
Right.
Ray can still, she goes and gets balls left and right. Kiana gets balls. Jazz has got a great rebound radius. But we do have a problem with taking someone, we don't have a problem with getting the ball, we have a problem with not letting the other team get it on a box out. And that's, we're missing some girth there, and that's going to hurt us. So we're going to have to, my formula is always, the opponent has the ball. At the end of the possession, what happened? Did we get the ball? How did we get it? If it's going to have to be more steals than rebounds, it's probably going to have to be more steals than rebounds. That's just, we're going to have to play for the steals a little bit more.
Are there indications that you think that can happen? I mean, I know you're gonna
Yeah,
have
well,
to
when
play
you're
that
small,
way,
you
but
have to do
right.
that. And
Do you
if
feel
they
like
start with
can
the ball,
make
we
up
end
for
up with it. I don't care. I don't care how we got it back. I just don't want the ball to go in the bucket. So however we prevent that, we'll figure it out. Charges, steals. We can't. Last year we really did rely on the stop and the rebound to finish the stop. This year the stop might have to be before a rebound, to be honest.
How good is the league compared to last year?
Better, a lot better. 2 or 3 teams that would be Final Four picks because of the addition of Notre Dame. Maryland is as good as they've ever been, and then Duke is everyone's pick. So Duke becomes everyone. Notre Dame's great, and Maryland, they're good. And then you can't count out Carolina. So it's my first year here. We had three teams in the Final Four from the ACC, and I feel like it's like that again. And I was thinking to myself, my first year, what did I do? I mean, I played them all in the same week, and I was like, the ACC is phenomenal. It might be another situation like that this year.